GB News presenter Nana Akua certainly didn't hold back as she issued a scathing blow to Rachel Reeves and Sir Keir Starmer on air. GB News Nana Akua jokingly sobbed live on air in a devastating jibe at Keir Starmer's Labour government. On Saturday, July 5, the presenter welcomed viewers back to the morning show where she appeared to channel the spirit of Rachel Reeves days after her tearful display in the House of Commons. Soon after her highly public emotional breakdown, the Labour politician explained that she was clearly upset during PMQs but had become overwhelmed due to a personal issue. Akua wasted no time in taking a huge swipe at the Chancellor during her slot on GB News at the weekend. After an advert break, the TV presenter returned to the airwaves crying on screen. Pretending to be the Chancellor of the Exchequer, she sobbed, "I've taken money from pensions and of course I've taken it from the sick and disabled. I've angered the farmers who keep the nation fed. I've raided independent schools, many of who cater for those with special educational needs. Aren't I crazy? And my hike has had the exact effect I said it would in 2019 when I made the point that it's a jobs tax so anti-growth. Did I write that speech? Oh no, I'm crushing the economy." Breaking from the act, she fumed, "Rachel Reeves, that's what she should be crying for, but whether that's why she was crying remains to be seen." But it all did seem to kick off when Sir Keir Starmer refused to answer whether he could guarantee her future as Chancellor. Also, her face was puffy beforehand. Anyway, the tears turned the market into another downward spiral. The fact that she couldn't tell us why is more of a problem. Now you know how we all feel, Rachel, we're all crying. It was at this point that she turned her scathing opinions to the Prime Minister as she slammed his political decision as he approaches his first year in office. Nana went on, "When the Labour government took office, you had left-wing candidates like Carol Vorderman claiming the grown-ups are back in charge. Keir Starmer stood on a plinth of integrity and change, and we all realised that what he meant was just to change his mind on everything. Public service, more like help yourselves." They kick things off with Lord Ali and Freebiegate, Sir Keir Starmer being the worst offender, but many of his front bench had their snouts in the trough too. Since then, we've had constant U-turns. Now, I'm not saying don't U-turn, but on all these occasions it was clear from the get-go that they were bad decisions. She cited several of his major disappointments whilst in office, including the winter fuel flop, welfare chaos, border failure, and the grooming gang denial. It didn't take long before viewers flooded to X, formerly known as Twitter, to share their thoughts online. One user penned, "Labour will go down in history as the worst government since Cromwell," as another asked, "Do you think he'll do a U-turn on the Chagos Island farcical?" Meanwhile a third pointed out, "Liz Truss changed her mind at least 23 times before breakfast, not 3 as a fourth chuckled, he really is clueless still."